Hello folks, it's Clinton Moss here with Gunner Energy Services. We're continuing on in the series, Pulling Back the Curtain, where I'm going to be talking about complex completions, well control, and wellbore intervention. Now it's Friday night, sometimes I know the kids get restless, you can't find anything on Netflix, and I said I can't disappoint the fans, I got to give them what they want, part 2 of Intro to Ranging. And here we go though, let's try to make this interesting for you guys. First let's review part 1 real quick. Okay. What is ranging? Just look at the very first little diagram I have. It's determining the relative position, distance, and direction, okay? So a distance and a bearing, downhole, okay? And we want to do this to intersect a well or stay a certain distance away, for example, okay? So that's what ranging is all about. Now, number 2 is the types of ranging. So I discussed magnetic ranging and acoustic ranging. Now there are some other types, they're not quite commercialized yet, so maybe we'll get into those later on down the road, but we'll just keep our discussions to the commercial deployments these days. Okay, now let's get into the subject matter of this video. I told you that I was going to break down ranging into the 2 primary magnetic ranging types, okay? And then I was going to talk about dependency on accessing the well or not. Okay. So first of all, active magnetic ranging in figure number 3. What's that all about? So with active magnetic ranging, we're actually going to physically create a magnetic field. We're going to flip a switch, turn up some current, or spin, for example, a rare earth magnet. Perhaps we're going to deploy a solenoid in a well, something that's going to generate a magnetic field. So every time we want to make a measurement, we're literally putting energy into the system. We're turning something on. And that's what I'm showing here in number 3. Number 3 is a typical relief well application, and we're going to inject current with an electrode. So we turn something on, the current makes a magnetic field, and there'll be subsequent videos about how that's done, and then we sample that magnetic field. So we activate. That's an active magnetic ranging technique. Okay? Now, in illustration number 4, it's the same situation. It's a relief well. But now we're going to use passive magnetic ranging. Okay, so what's passive? Well, we're going to use the residual magnetism of the drill pipe. It's already present. We didn't, at the moment that we took the measurement, create that. It was present just by virtue of the fact that the casing or the drill pipe in the target well is a ferromagnetic material. So we're looking for that magnetic field attributable to that. Okay, so that's active ranging versus passive ranging. Now, finally, we have access dependency versus access or no access ranging. Okay, so in number 5 here, we see our access dependent ranging. That's where we want to put something in a wellbore. We need to either have a source or a receiver in that wellbore, and we're going to detect that or detect from it. So in other words, or what I have illustrated here, is we're going to put a magnetic ranging solenoid that will create a magnetic field, and then we can sample it in the adjacent well. But you can see I have to physically intervene or put something in there. Depends, this technique, on me having access. Then in number 6, we have no access ranging. So what are we doing here? Well, I've pictured, once again, the relief well application. So we've lost the rig, there's an uncontrolled release. We can't obviously put something in the target well. So what do? We use current injection, in this case, downhole, to create the magnetic field, and that's the field that we subsequently sample. So just to put it all together, I'm showing an access independent technique in number 2. I'm showing an access independent technique in 3, in 4, and in 5, this is access dependency. So access dependent magnetic ranging in that particular case. Okay, folks, I hope this kind of clarified the nomenclature, the parlance of industry, if you will. And with these building blocks, now we can talk about these specific techniques, how they work, the ins and outs of deployment, how we plan to deploy these various tools. So it's with these fundamentals, it's with this basis now that we can approach the rest of the video series. So folks, I really appreciate you tuning in. Stay engaged. I love your comments that come in on LinkedIn, your comments on YouTube videos. If you have specific case studies, remember, I'm looking forward to you reaching out and tell me what you want to cover, and I'll make sure I get to that right away. It's Clinton Moss with Gunner Energy Services. Thanks, folks.